Looks like we get to walk along this ridgeline for a while, looking out in the valley. So I stopped short for the turtle, and I think Orchid was sure I just saw a snake or a bear. Good morning. It's the morning of day 8. So I realized I didn't really take any videos yesterday, day 7. So Orchid and I, Orchid is back there, are slack packing southbound today to beat the heat. So we stayed at the Open Arms Hostel, and we're gonna stay there again tonight. And so we decided to, instead of doing a 0, we do a Nero. So an easy 10 miles. As you can see, I'm kind of rocking a unicorn today, day pack. But Duckie is back there. He's hanging on, so he's making the trip. So we're just doing 10 miles southbound. She dropped us off at Rattlesnake Overlook, and then we'll hike back to Thornton Gap, get picked up. I think it's nap time in the afternoon. Keep the feet up. Yesterday, the morning wasn't too bad, temperature-wise, and we had been getting a bunch of shade. But the last 2-3 miles, we hiked up to Mary's Rock, out in the sun. We were on the non-windy side of the ridge, and it was getting pretty hot, and I was definitely feeling it, and especially the climb down into Thornton Gap. Although everyone climbing up was probably thinking I was feeling great, because apparently I'm perky and talking to everybody. Your Orchid back there laughing. She says I should be yeah, either perky Duckie or like dreaming Duckie. She's trying to put an adjective in there. So, but yeah, like I got back. I don't even know how much I drank anymore, and even going to bed, I still like feeling the heat a little bit, like slight headache, and all. But the main plan to go into Open Arms Hostel, they had air conditioning, so that was a godsend yesterday. And other than that, looks like next week is a bunch of, roughly 13-mile days in a row. Looks like 5 days, roughly, and then ending either with a super long day into Harper's Ferry or a short day. So hopefully the feet hold up with the slack packing today and all that. And if not, I can take there's many more shelter options next week. So anyway, I will catch you later. So we're back at the Open Arms Hostel after a relatively uneventful day. We got dropped off at Rattlesnake Overlook, which was the only view of the day. We did see some wildflowers, but they're not as impressive as in days past. And but we got back to some of the blooming wild azaleas, and the mountain laurel was just about to bloom. Saw one that was in bloom, the rest were just budding. So the one bonus, we slack packed today, which is basically hiking with a minimal pack. I was rocking a unicorn, a sparkly unicorn backpack that the hostel owner had. Duckie came along, of course. And one of the bonuses of hiking southbound is that we saw a whole slew of people that we probably wouldn't have run into otherwise. And we were all together with Orchid, Fancy Pants, Pumpkin, Dad Joke, and we got a number of dad jokes out of Dad Joke. And there was a couple others that we ran into. I saw Bill from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He is the sole survivor of the 3 section hikers that I met on day 1. And so he was pounding out an 18-mile day yesterday, and he's heading out of the park, I think in another day, and Ted will come back, pick him up. So it was good to see him. He was quite successful. Apparently around day 6, Ted was kind of really hurting and bailed on him. But other than that, kind of an uneventful day. It's nice to have only a 5-pound pack, primarily water. And we'll stay at the hostel again tonight, and then tomorrow starts to push. We'll actually exit Shenandoah Park at the shelter was about a mile or two outside the park. And if all goes well, I'll hit 100 miles tomorrow as well. I think about a third or 2/3 of the way through the day. And the current plan is to do a couple of 16, 13, 13, and I think a 10. Puts me at a hostel that's run by the ATC that's in an old castle. I'm tempted to stay there. And then it's a big day into Harper's Ferry, which I may break up into 2 days. I'm not sure. I have to see how the shelters work and the elevation gain, how the feet are feeling after a big long stretch. I'm afraid to weigh my food bag. I have 5 days of food and it's really full and really heavy. So starting off, definitely the pack's gonna be back closer to the 30 pounds that I started with, as opposed to the probably I finished up here a couple days ago with only about a pound or two of food left. So we'll see. And enjoyed getting a shower again today after the heat of today. Storms tonight, but they haven't come through yet, and should be potentially wet the next couple of days, but a lot cooler. So that'll be a welcome relief from all this heat. Anyway, I will catch you later, and enjoy your week.